Hola, que hay todos? How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's having a positive, peaceful, and productive day. Go outside, work out, go to the gym, ride the bike somewhere, go talk to some friends outside, do something productive, read a book, study for that class that you say you're going to study for. Play the game, I guess. I mean, people don't look at the game as productivity, but I don't know. I feel like it kind of gets your mind off of some things that you may be thinking about that's negative. As always, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment anything in the comment section that you got. I had some people, asking me for advice with things, and I tried to give them the best advice as possible. This video is a leg day video, but I'm going to be talking about a story time. Talking about people always ask me like, have I ever gotten in a fight? I always tell them not necessarily, but there was a time where I kind of got tossed around or whatever. So I'm going to begin this story by saying I was in I think fourth grade. I was in fourth grade. I was going to this elementary school called Webster Elementary School in Gary, Indiana. Right now, it's closed down. Actually, fun fact: this is right across from my childhood home, and I went there for from kindergarten to fourth grade. So in fourth grade, at that school for recess, we had this day where we go outside. Of course, it's like normal recess. We go outside and play. Uh, and we had this big field. We also had like swing sets, monkey bars, which is my favorite monkey bars. I used to always like being on them. But this time, I did something different today. I did something different. And just a quick note, my big brother, he's a grade above me, and so that's going to come in the story eventually. You should know that. But anyways, so I'm in fourth grade. I decided to play in the field and play football with the sixth graders and fifth graders versus doing what I normally would do and going to monkey bars or probably like play wrestle with my friends and stuff like that. But I played football with them and stuff like that. And so while we was playing football, my brother, who was on my team or whatever, no, my brother was on the person who on okay, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna just call him B. My brother was on B's team, and I was also on B's team, I believe, or I was on the opposite team. I really don't remember fully, but that was that. So my big brother, he did some type of dumb play or whatever, and then the dude, he called him a B word, and this is kind of gonna be a short story. I'll make this story a little short, but he called him a B word, and so the first thing I thought to my mind, nobody can call my brother a B. Like I was I'm the type of brother if like I hear my brothers get caught something, I'm gonna have to get in on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I always been like that. I don't know if I'm still like that because my anger is kind of way, but it was really high right there. So I walked up to him and I was like, "What you say? What you say, bro?" And he was like, "I said B." He repeated himself and said what he said. And so I went up to him as a fourth grader. I believe I was like 9 years old or 10 years old or something like that. And I just started to kick the dude in the shin, just like start kicking him and stuff like that. I used to always watch Bruce Lee and watch Ip Man and stuff like that as a kid, and I always wanted to be like them. So I started to just kick him. I started to kick him in the shins. Like getting kicked in the shin was the worst thing ever, or getting kicked in the ankle, bro. That was the worst thing. Anything that went to your ankle is the worst, and it's still to this day. Like even if you stub your ankle on something, that stuff is the worst pain ever. But I started kicking him in the shin. He backed up, and as I was kicking him, I just see my leg go up in the air. Both my legs go up in the air, and I was flipped around, and I was on the ground after that, and my back was just hurting, aching in pain. And so I wouldn't necessarily consider that a fight. That's why I always say not necessarily, but that was a time where I kind of got into like a fighting type incident. And after that, after he picked me up or whatever, everybody was looking like, dang, like trying to, instigate and stuff like that, and saying that, I got beat up. It was just a simple slam. It was just a simple thing. And then we got called to the office. Principal made us apologize and stuff like that. We was cool afterwards. And that was one incident. I'm gonna say numerous incidents where I kind of got into fights, and they're all gonna be short little stories and short summaries. But it was this other time where yeah, I was getting off the bus, and apparently this dude was just standing in front of the door. He was like a big dude. I don't know. He used to be just irritating for no reason. But he was standing in front of the door. I was trying to get in. He wasn't moving. So I just punched him in the gut. I just punched him in the gut, and he moved. Like I said, I wouldn't consider it necessarily a fight, but I punched him and he moved. That's literally it. And he just fell to the ground, and I walked in the door. I literally did that. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, I really wanted to get in the door, so I did that to him. Another incident is when I was on a bus and supposedly this dude said something about my mom, or somebody on my bus said something about my mom. So I was the type of I think I was in middle school at that time too. Also, when I punched that dude in the stomach, I was in I think fifth grade that time, and on the bus the story I'm about to talk to you about now, on the bus where I punched the dude or whatever for talking about my mom. I was in I think the seventh grade or something. I believe so. Yeah, the seventh grade in middle school. So I'm sitting in the front, right? I'm sitting in the front of the bus or middle of the bus or something like that. I never wanted to be in the back. The cool kids. In my opinion, the back was like the smelliest section of the bus. It didn't smell the best. It smelled weird. So I just sat in the middle. I sat in the middle. The front had the people who I don't know. The front had some quiet people, quiet cool people or whatever. But I sat in the middle, and all my friends, I'm gonna say quote unquote friends, sat in the back, and they was like instigating. It was like, oh, somebody said something about your mom. Somebody was like, oh, I think it's him. I think it was him. So I just walked up to the dude and just started punching him in the face, started punching him in the stomach. I went back to my seat. They was like trying to like calm him down or whatever. He was crying and stuff like that. I'm really sorry for doing that. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I don't know. I was the type of person. Yeah, like I said, if somebody says to my mom, brother, or something like that, I would just go off on them. Like that's just how it was as a kid growing up. And yeah, I never been in necessarily fights. I never been in necessarily fights per se. I just had casual incidents where I kind of like either got beat up. Like it was like short. Like when people think of school fights, you think of like punching, grabbing. Like honestly, when I think of school fights, I think I always image a girl or a schoolgirl fighting, a girl that's a student at the school fighting. I don't really image a lot of dudes because most of the fights that happen at school are from females. I feel like in some way, but I never been in like a fistful long fight that was like where the security had to break it up or anything. It was more so just like quick stuff and nothing really too much. I'm not a fighter. I've never been a fighter. I did mixed martial arts, boxing, and wrestling and stuff like that, but I never really seen the point of using that in my advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like just to beat up people. Like some people do all these things and they bully people, fight people for no apparently reason. I guess to show their skills, quote unquote, show their skills. I'm saying quote unquote because why would you want to show your skills to people who don't even know the same thing as you, right? Like why would you want to get in there and start boxing a dude that don't even know how to box and then you humiliate him and then every time you see him you walk past him like, dang, I really did that to him. Like I feel kind of bad. Like you honestly don't want to feel like that. Like what the heck is wrong with you? Like I'm talking about for no reason. I'm not. Oh, I mean, honestly, of course, when somebody hit you or something, you got to hit them back. But I'm talking about just like starting stuff for no reason, just punching people and beating up on people because you know how to box or know how to wrestle or know how to do martial arts or kickboxing. Why would you want to do that to people? That's just messed up. And I never like on the topic of fighting. I never seen the point of like even watching the fights as a high schooler and as a person, just any fight, not even just in high school, like because it also be fights in restaurants or arguments in restaurants, altercations everywhere. Why would you want to put yourself in that? Like if I seen a person at the club arguing with a person, and mind you, I would never go to clubs because this is where altercations and all like the negative energy is at. So if I seen a person at the club though, if I seen a person at the club and they was like arguing, it was a dude arguing, another dude arguing. The first thing I'm thinking in my mind, one of them was gonna pull out a gun. And what happens when somebody pull out a gun? Not just the person that they're arguing gets shot, but somebody other than that other person that they're arguing with might get shot as well. And I'm not gonna be the one looking at it, trying to see, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, what's gonna happen? I wonder who's gonna win. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna get out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see how I'm gonna leave that situation. It was times in high school, for example. It used to be like a lot of like fights in my old high school, whatever. The first high school I went to, mind you, I went to two high schools. The first one I went to was deep inside of Gary, Indiana. It was on the west side of Gary, and so it was fights almost every week. I feel like it was fights every other week, or like some type of altercation where somebody was about to fight, had beef with one another, and everybody they was like, oh, it's gonna be a fight. I heard. I'm about to make up some ghetto names, but Tyresha and like Danisha is gonna fight today. Like they're gonna fight. Everybody know Danisha can fight. Everybody know uh Tanisha, whatever the freak, the name I came up with is gonna it can fight too. She good at pulling hair. And then everybody just meet up in the surge area of the school and just, see the two people as if they're like in the wrestling ring making some money or something like that. And then at the end of the day, you got these security guards waiting to do everything, anything to, break up this fight. That means the people who are in the way that's watching the fight can also get slammed by these security guards, not just the people who are fighting. So why would you want to make yourself and put yourself in that situation to watch two people fight, and you might get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. So yeah, those times when people was meeting up in the surge, like I said, I'll go to the library a lot, and I'll play this. I used to play this game called Crunker with my friends, or I used to just go in there and do my homework early, so I can go to wrestling practice and not go home with homework. I used to just do my homework early and stuff like that. Fights aren't aren't necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel like you got like mouth beef with somebody said something about you, just ignore that stuff. It was times, like I said, I punched somebody from talking to my brother or mom. Nowadays, when I look at that stuff, I'm like, what was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like I was thinking in the wrong. I wasn't thinking right. My mindset wasn't in the right space. Um, but yeah, I look at that as not the best thing. So now we'll talk about the workouts. Since I'm done with the story time, I feel like that was pretty long, but I don't know. Right here, I'm doing some single leg deadlifts, I just like to call them. I believe it's like sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't know. I'll be like miscounting, like I said in a couple of my other videos. I'll be miscounting. I don't know if I did 15, but I think I did. Not saying that's a good thing to remember, to stop to not remember or forget about the workouts. But I'm just saying, I'm just making that a point and putting that out there. A lot of people remember, like a lot of people forget though about the workouts or number of reps that they're doing. It's not the sets I don't remember, it's the reps. Because I'm listening to music, and then sometimes I count in Spanish, or sometimes I switch to English on accident, and that stuff kind of can mess me up. So I did this for like about 15 reps, 5 sets. Like I said, I record like either 2 or 3 sets of each workout, just to show you guys some of the different angles or whatever, and some of the different type of captures of the workout. I think it's a nice thing to offer that to you guys. So I'll probably continue. I'll continue to do it in the future. Um, this is a nice workout for the hamstrings. I feel like I'm repeating to myself like a lot of times. I said this so many times, but yeah, it's a nice workout for the hamstrings. Nothing more you can really say. Um, I'm not really a workout. I'm not really a workout scientist. I don't know how to talk about this and describe the certain muscles in the hamstring. So I won't be doing that. But I train legs. I got this day over. I was very anticipated. I had a very anticipated feeling to be done with this workout. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready to go home.